Game feels good. What's up, guys? Gamer's Goon here today, and you already know what we're talking about on this episode. As you can see, I'm kind of wearing some Becky merch. Now you might be like, what's the point of this video? Turns out, I was, what class was I in? I was in school here today, and 9:20. We get the announcement. I'm sitting there, I'm going on my iPad, doing classwork, and I get the update because I have the app downloaded on my phone for the WWE Network, and I see the thing, the big headline: WrestleMania to feature first ever women's main event. And from then on, the rest of my day went great. I sat there with the hugest smile. I was like, oh, wow. They're actually doing this. They're actually going to do this. That's crazy. I didn't think they would announce it. I honestly didn't think they were going to announce it. I thought they were going to save it till Raw on the go home. I thought they were going to wait. Let's just think about it. Think about, hey, what's going to happen? And then on the go home, they're going to be like, we're giving you Becky here. We're giving you the main event, or we're giving you Seth. Now, I do want to address some of the initial reactions I saw on Twitter. Obviously, we have the reactions. My initial reaction was, hey, this is what needs to happen. This is the right move. And I want to defend it. Yes, this is the main move here. Ever since SummerSlam, Becky Lynch has carried the business, really. And then we have people on Twitter saying, hey, it's only the last couple months that she's been their best merch seller. That is true, but I do want to point out that she was also buried when she wasn't selling merch. She still sold a lot of merch. It just wasn't the best in the company because, well, she wasn't pushed. Now that she is basically one of the top characters in the business, we're seeing her potential. She's selling a bunch of merch. I got one on the way. I got 2 more in the little closet. I mean, come on. You're talking about Brock sells merch. I don't care how much money or revenue Brock brings in. And what revenue does Brock bring in? I haven't seen any reports Brock bringing in monster merch number. No. I've been seeing the Becky reports. Now, obviously, Brock Lesnar is your big name, but why did we bring in Ronda Rousey? Why did we bring in Ronda Rousey? One of the goals with bringing in Ronda Rousey was to, hey, let's get this women's revolution to actually be spotlighted. Let's get the spotlight. Let's get the big name that's on the market. Let's go get Ronda Rousey. Has the name, has the UFC name. Everybody knows of Ronda Rousey. Even if you don't watch UFC, you know who Ronda Rousey is. So, then you turn into ESPN. Big headlines going into WrestleMania last year. Ronda Rousey to make her Mania debut. Facing off with Kurt Angle, Triple H, and Stephanie McMahon. Mind you, these are all names that people that strayed away from the business, well, no, these are older people. We know Triple H. We know Stephanie. We know Kurt Angle. That's from their generation. So that's going to draw viewers back. Be like, hey, Ronda Rousey, I've heard of her, and some names I found. So, hey, why not make the purchase? Why not watch this match? Now, obviously, for us casuals last year, we were all going, or not why did I call myself a casual? For us marks out there, and the casuals, we look at it as she had something to prove at WrestleMania. Now, I wasn't a huge fan of Ronda Rousey going into WrestleMania last year. I was skeptical. I didn't really want to give her the benefit of the doubt because I didn't know how she was going to come in. I didn't think she was going to be all that great in the ring. And She surprised me. I'll give her that. She still has a lot of work to do on the mic, but that's besides the point. As I said today on Twitter, I'm gonna be positive today. Tomorrow, I might get in some debates, but for today, I'm gonna keep it positive. I'm not gonna make fun of Raw or any of that stuff. Maybe tomorrow, but today is a great day. Today is the day. So we have Ronda now, big household name. We have Becky now. She's starting to get on that level where she's being noticed without people even watching the product. I mean, I'm hearing stories of barbers asking, "Hey, is that a Becky Lynch shirt?" Yes, it is. I've heard a couple stories about how non-wrestling fans are like, well, she's kind of the biggest thing going right now, right? Asking questions, kind of understand the concept of who Becky Lynch is, and that's great. That is phenomenal, because now she's drawing in more. She's bringing in the real life aspect. She's doing what Cena does. She's doing what The Rock does. She's doing what Hogan did. A name that everybody can relate to. Everybody knows the name. It's a household name. Now, obviously, in this situation, you think, hey, going into this match, Rousey and Charlotte are going to be the two big names in this match. But Becky, ever since SummerSlam, has been on a hot streak. She's been the best thing going for her. And she made her name, and now she probably is the most recognizable name in this match. And that's hard to say when you have Ronda Rousey going against you. And also, want to point out, I saw a couple things saying about the Twitter beef rose Becky's level. No. Ever since SummerSlam, she was on that next level. That Twitter beef didn't start until after the suspension. It just drew you into the match more. It didn't elevate her. She was already there. When we saw their first promo against each other, Becky and Ronda, we all wanted the match right away. We were like, give it to us. We want this. Charlotte wasn't even in the match yet. And then they throw Charlotte in there, and now we're seeing a head-to-head between Becky and Ronda, and I don't know where Charlotte is in any of that. We have Becky on Ronda saying, you're not, keep the F word out of your mouth when talking about fake, all this stuff, defending the business. Then you have Ronda calling it fake, clearly, really taking shots back and forth at each other, and making that seem legit. Then you have Charlotte over here just, oh, I miss WrestleMania. She's not getting involved with anything, but she's just the side part. She's literally just there to be on the card at this point. There's no way Charlotte Flair is the one walking out of this match as the champion. There's a higher chance of Ronda Rousey retaining this title than there is of Charlotte winning. Now, obviously, you might be thinking, so you're favoriting Becky. Of course. This match is the closer, meaning, I think we all get the concept, Becky is going to be holding the title up, exiting WrestleMania, and leaving the fans on a good note, going into Monday Night Raw, and everybody is going to tune in, because that is what the fans want. Now, I'm going to read you the report here from WWE.com for when they announced this. For the first time in WWE history, a women's match will be the main event of WrestleMania, as the Raw Women's Championship match featuring Ronda Rousey, Charlotte Flair, and Becky Lynch will take place on Sunday, April 7th, in front of a capacity crowd at MetLife Stadium, and streaming live on the WWE Network around the world for only $9.99. Ronda Rousey is the current Raw Women's Champion, Olympic medalist, the first female UFC champion, and first woman to be inducted into the UFC Hall of Fame. Great for her. She is not my champion, though. She is also an actress and New York Times best-selling author. Charlotte Flair is a 7-time champion in the WWE, a former Division I volleyball player, a philanthropist, and an author. And she is the daughter of 2-time Hall of Famer Ric Flair. We all knew that. Then there's Becky Lynch. She is the 2019 Women's Royal Rumble winner, a 2-time SmackDown Live Women's Champion, was named Wrestler of the Year by both Sports Illustrated and CBS, not just Women's Wrestler of the Year in 2018. Tells you that it wasn't just recent that she's been popular. She's been going at it for a while now. She was also the first woman to ever top ESPN's WWE Power Rankings. You're welcome. At WrestleMania 32 in 2016, WWE rebranded the Divas division, the women's division, and unveiled a new women's championship title. Since that time, the women's evolution has placed a greater spotlight on WWE's female superstars, including more prominent storylines and deeper character development that showcases their athleticism, charisma, and their star power. Last October, WWE held its first all-women's pay-per-view event, Evolution, in front of a sold-out crowd and millions more watching at home. That's great. What they put together here is great. They gave you some background, but what they forgot to mention is here. Ronda Rousey, since walking into the WWE, has been basically gifted every opportunity. Sure, she wasn't a title holder at the very beginning, but did she really do that much for her SummerSlam championship opportunity? No. Charlotte, she's been handed a lot of things since coming in. She's a good performer. Good performer. Don't get me wrong. She's a good performer, but we can kind of see that Vince favors Ric Flair's daughter. We can see that. And then there's Becky. She's actually had to fight her way up the ranks. I mean, she came in with the Four Horsewomen, obviously. Was one of the original 3 that debuted, because, Bayley stayed back. But, obviously, she was probably the least hyped up out of them all. And she's the underdog of the storyline. We've seen it. She's been suspended. They took away her opportunity. She's been arrested. All in an attempt to make her seem like all the odds are against her. Which makes her relatable. But it's starting to begin a little overbooked. I don't like the suspension angle. Didn't like how they added Charlotte. Okay. Forget that. That's not the problem now. Now we need to go into what needs to happen. And I understand Charlotte's in this match. It's closing the show, so we're probably going to get a moonsault of some sort or some big spot for Charlotte. Charlotte's going to get her spot. Don't worry, Charlotte stands. She's going to get her spot. Hate to break it to y'all, but she's not winning. Ronda, she has a small chance of winning. She's probably not going to win, obviously. I think we all know where this is going. But Ronda, obviously, big name. Kind of like the antagonist, bullyish figure in this match. Kind of the top dog that nobody can take down, and one of these women, Becky or Charlotte, are clawing and scratching their way to finally be the top dog in the yard. That's kind of what this story is. And then there's Becky, obviously, the little mutt that is becoming the show dog out of a group of dogs that you wouldn't pick that one as, hey, that one's going to be the future champion. No. I knew it. I knew it since the debut in 2015. I followed her throughout the last 4 or 5 years. And here she is now, main eventing the first WrestleMania. So you might ask me a question here about how does this match go? Who takes the pinfall? Who gets the win? We already know Becky's taking the win. Who gets the pinfall? Now this is a good question. This is a valid question. This is a crucial debate here. I mean, you can have her pin Charlotte and continue the storyline. And then you have another match down the road. But you could also pin Ronda. Charlotte will say, hey, I never lost. You could do the same thing if Charlotte were to win for Ronda. Switch places. You get it. But I think you have to pin Ronda. Pin or submit Ronda. The whole story in this, I would actually have Ronda tap. Have her slap that mat. I'd have her tap. Because the whole thing, that Ronda's about is your armbar's not even that good. And then Becky came at her with who was it? Who's Ronda's husband? Whatever her husband's name is. Put her face on. It was like it didn't seem that controversial, or what it seemed like it was hurting when your arm was in it with your husband's face. I don't even remember the whole story, honestly. But either way, Ronda's basically saying your arm bar's weak, and I think that's the move that might win it. You have Becky in the middle of the ring. You have her finally, after the whole match. I don't care how you do it. I do not care. You could have Becky having some good moments in this match. You could have her constantly being beat down by both Charlotte and Ronda. Them both trying to make Becky a complete non-factor in this match. Fine. But at the end of the show, the last minute of the match, you see Becky finally get in the ring, finally get her hands on Ronda, puts her in the armbar. The whole crowd chanting, Becky, Becky, Becky. And then you see it, Ronda taps out, confetti falls down. You get the moment. Now you might be thinking, is that it? Is that just the Daniel Bryan story? Becky's in the ring with the title. That's how you end the show. No, that's not where it ends. That is not where it ends just yet. You have Sasha and Bayley come out. Both of them. I just want both of them come out. You have them applaud Becky for winning. Applaud Charlotte and Ronda for their efforts. The first ever main event. You can have the whole women's roster line up on the stage. You can have the whole roster. I don't care. Come out and applaud them. Great job. But Charlotte, Sasha, Becky, Bayley all need to be in the ring at the same time, holding up Becky for her great performance of winning the first ever main event at WrestleMania. And then we see Shayna Baszler, Chauffeur, and who's the other one? The other one of the UFC 4 Horsewomen. They all walk down to the ring. Still confetti falling down. We get the stare off. 4 horsewomen. That's the thing that leaves you going into Monday Night Raw. To get the, oh my Lord, we just got all you wanted. This is crazy. It finally happened. Hallelujah! But then you have something going into Raw. What is going to happen between the 4 horsewomen of WWE and the 4 horsewomen of the UFC? What is going to be the next chapter in all their stories? And obviously, Ronda might be leaving soon for wanting to have a child. So if that hinders anything, maybe that's not the way you end WrestleMania, but that's the way I would end it. And you can put the match off for a little bit. I do not care. But I think that's all that I needed to say here today. At the end of the day, we already know what's going to happen. WrestleMania, I'm referring to it as that from now on. There's never going to be after this one time of me saying this, it's never going to be referred to this until after the event. Again, by me at least. WrestleMania is going to be referred to as WrestleMania from now on. Starting now. That was the one time. But WrestleMania is going to be phenomenal now. I'm glad we got it. Now, all we have to do is cross our fingers, knock on some wood, and pray to Jesus that Vince doesn't find a way to mess up this great storyline. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys in about a week and a half, 2 weeks for Mania week. I will be from Monday. The Monday before Mania, I don't know what I'm going to do, honestly, but I will have a video every day leading up to WrestleMania. I don't know exactly what the content's going to be. Maybe I'm gonna be doing a Raw and SmackDown review in there somewhere. I'm probably going to mush them together. Probably going to give you a couple. I'm going to give you all WWE themed videos. Maybe I'm going to do a predictions video on Saturday. I'm going to talk about TakeOver as well. I'm probably going to do maybe an Akinator video with WWE Superstars, maybe something of that nature online. I don't know exactly what it's going to look like yet, but there will be WrestleMania / WWE content that whole week. And I don't know if you guys went and saw this yesterday. I did post a video of me meeting Kenny Omega, Marty Scurll, the Young Bucks, and CM Punk at Chicago Comic-Con. And hopefully you guys go watch that. And make sure you guys click the like button on this video, subscribe, and go make sure you watch the other videos. Thank you guys. See you next time.